Good morning. So just about to start our morning sessions and thought I'd jump on and just discuss this question, which is on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you're going to actually follow through with this? And I'm asking this question because it's Christmas around this time, holiday seasons, whatever you want to call it. And around this time, often people go, oh, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to stick to it. I won't be able to commit to it and all these things. And my first question to this is are we saying that because we're feeling like we're going to have to conform to other people's ideals of what you should do at this time? That's number one. Number two is, are you saying this because you don't actually have a plan? Now, most people don't actually have a plan. Like when I speak to people and we actually go through it, sometimes they're like, yeah, actually, I'm happy if I just put on 4 pounds, 5 pounds. As soon as I feel that level, then I know I might need to rein it in a bit. I might need to go, yeah, maybe I've taken it a bit too far. That's just your choice. And it's a really interesting dilemma because we started talking about almost like health and fitness shaming, if you like, because if you're doing something a little bit different, maybe you go out and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have the start and the main. And you might have 6 social events and someone says, oh, don't be boring, about the drink. Oh, don't, you're not drinking, come on. And it's really interesting because if the opposite happened, like, imagine saying, don't have a pudding, you don't want a pudding. It's just a really interesting, we started talking about it and she was like, yeah, it's really interesting. Like no one ever says, don't have a pudding. People say, have a pudding. And my point here is that you always have a choice. And I know I keep bringing this up, but have a plan in terms of the social events that you're going to attend. And just take this one tip away from you so you can have some physiological changes. A bit like I talked about with the cheese video yesterday. But if you're going out and you're having the meals, but you want to make better choices without, not having the pudding ever, because you're going to want to have pudding, of course. I'm not saying don't have it. I'm not talking about make the choice that you want to make. But what you could do is make some little swaps here and there. Choose the social events where you're going to have it. So for example, I'm going on quite a few social events, meals out in the space of like 2 weeks. And I've mainly gone for starter and mains, simply because I don't really, pudding's not really my thing apart from cheese board anyway, but I love savoury stuff. And rather than, a lot of people might go, oh yeah, I'll make a change, I won't have potatoes or something like that. I can just go all out on the start and the main and actually just enjoy what the chef provides rather than tweaking the meal. And that suits me better. If you're at a buffet, a meal out, can you pile in with protein and vegetables first, and then the rest of your plate, have what you want with that. Fill it with the other part, but don't fill it with that part first, because you'll probably fill up on that stuff and the other stuff won't taste as good. We know that, we know from like kids, if you give kids like something sweeter, like orange squash, then you try and give them like carrots and peas, that it just doesn't taste as nice. It's not sweet, they're less likely to eat it. So it's all relative to what you're having, right? So on top of that, you can make little changes, like, because sometimes people will go, oh yeah, I won't have the pudding, but then they've just eaten double the amount of stuff in, right? Hey Paula, see, I won't have the pudding, I'm not gonna have the pudding. But you've just eaten double the stuffing you would have eaten because you're not having the pudding. And if that's a choice you've made because you just want that instead, that's fine. But if you're like, I really want the pudding, but I better not have it, I'll have the stuffing, and I'll have double the amount because I'm not having pudding. You kind of may as well have the pudding to an extent. And it's about, and the more knowledge we get on this, the better, because sometimes we're restricting ourselves for the sake of restricting ourselves because we think it's better emotionally, our beliefs based on that. But actually, when we actually look at probably the calories, the stuffing may not be higher, but it'll give it a good run for its money. So I hope that helps. Any questions, just let me know on that, and I will see you soon. Take care.